I love my post-workout smoothies, but should I switch it up?
Yeah, what's wrong with the post-workout pizza?
What about pizza smoothie?
Ew.
This is a hot dog is a sandwich.
Ketchup is a smoothie.
Yeah, I put ice in my cereal, so what?
That makes no sense.
Hot dog is a sandwich.
A hot dog is a sandwich.
Welcome to our podcast, A Hot Dog is a Sandwich, the show we break down the world's biggest food debates. I'm your host, Josh Scher.
And I'm BNA Austin.
And you and I are, we're the resident athletes of the Mythical office, right?
Yes.
Everybody else in here, they were all theater kids.
Artists, you know.
As the laugh comes from the peanut gallery over here. But no. I think when our audience watches us, they're looking to us for premium sports and fitness advice.
Is that true? That's news to me.
If it's true, leave a comment below. But that's kind of what we're talking about today. Because listen, you and I, we're both morning dogs. We're waking up. We're
Yes,
hitting
we
the
are.
gym while it's still dark outside. And we're coming in here. You and I are both also the biggest breakfast makers in the kitchen.
I haven't been eating breakfast until 12 p.m.
Oh, yeah,
lately.
because you switched to intermittent fasting recently.
Yes, I had the last 4 weeks. I'm doing it for 3 months just to see how my gut does, but I wanted to kind of redirect my gut health a little bit. And I was just overindulging and eating too much at work specifically. You know how that goes. So I'm taking a break, and I'm doing intermediate fasting. And it's drastically different than what I'm used to.
Now, so today we're talking about like what are the best and worst things to eat post-workout, but you've been eating nothing post-workout. How have you like felt different in your energy levels?
I actually have more energy in the morning when
Everyone
I get to work.
says that.
It's
Who does it,
so
though?
weird, but I'll usually just drink a crap ton of water, tea, and some bone broth in between this and 12 p.m. I usually get up about 5:30, 6 a.m. to go work out, and then I don't eat anything, just all liquids until 12. And I just have this weird burst of energy when I get to work. And I'm like, okay, let me do this, this, and this, and this. And then I start having scatterbrain. And as soon as I eat at 12:31 p.m., I hit this weird crash of like yawning and just exhausted. And then my energy comes back. Like now I already hit my low. Now I'm back up again. It's really weird, but it's been consistent the last 2 weeks.
That's strange. So knowing what I generally know about nutrition science, I've read all of the studies and whatever, you know, they talk about like optimal protein intake for muscle synthesis. And there's a lot of rumors out there of like, you've probably heard this, like don't eat more than 30 grams of protein in a serving because your body can't digest it.
I don't follow those rules.
No, and they're not actually rules. They're sort of paraphrasing random studies. But what I've been doing for the last like several years, at least trying to, and probably doing it with like 65% accuracy, which is good enough for my own fitness goals. But I'll like eat 5 meals a day or like 4.5 meals a day. So I wake up and immediately at like 5:45 in the morning, I'm eating a 20 gram of protein bar. And then I go work out. And then I get here at like 9 and I make my protein shake that I make every morning.
You've been eating a lot more lately. I've noticed that. Like your protein
¿Quién es más fuerte?
intake is OD crazy right now.
I've been lifting a lot more. Like last year I was kind of trying to like trim down, focus on cardio, and now I'm like, let's see if I can get a bench back up to 300. And every time I
What for? Just for pride issues?
No, let's talk about what is fitness for, but not like fitness, because if you wanted to be fit, you would like be walking a lot and doing yoga and doing cardio. But like, I know you're out there lifting.
I am. I've been lifting less and doing more workouts like that. Walking, Pilates at 6 a.m. And I'm on like hot girl workouts right now.
Nice.
I call them hot girl LA workouts.
Yeah, they are. They really are LA workouts.
But when I am lifting the 3 to 2 times a week, I'm going very heavy and not a lot of reps. So I've kind of I'm trying to switch it up while I'm intermediate fasting because I'm worried that my body doesn't have the right nutrition that it needs while I'm intermediate fasting, and I don't want to pass out. So I am trying to figure it out still of eat enough, but I can tell my stomach shrank. So I don't eat as much as I used to.
Yeah.
And I'm not, like I get full faster. I'm not as hungry. So I'm in this weird spot of trying to figure it out. But when I am lifting, it is heavy and just less reps and like less time. But I still feel just as strong. So I don't know. My body's doing weird stuff right now.
It's so funny when you get like you and I both went to college for sports, you know, and I think you get certain ideas ingrained in you that are like very normal. Like for me, when you said something like, yeah, I'm like not lifting as much because I'm not eating as much and I don't want to pass out. That's super normal for me to hear. But I think like general population is like, oh, that's horrifying.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, that's just like a fat. Like
It's just a thing.
I've blacked out in the weight room and woken up covered in my own vomit. That was super normal for
Were
me
you
for
drunk?
a certain time. No.
What?
I'll tell you actually what happened is the only time it's ever happened. It kind of freaked me out. But we were front squatting like super. So you talk about not doing as many reps and lifting heavier. All of weightlifting is functions of like, what is it? It's frequency, intensity, and volume. Volume, frequency. Yeah, volume, frequency, and intensity. So it's like how often you're working out, how many reps are you doing, and how heavy are those reps. And you can play with those numbers. So you can lift twice a week very, very heavy with low reps, or you can lift 6 days a week like I do with lower weight but a lot higher volume. But we were in a high volume training period in the off season in track and college.
I would say this had to have been during track because
Dude.
they were doing crazy workouts, a lot of cleans.
So many cleans. And front squat's part of the clean, right? You
Yeah.
catch it here. And so front squat, for people who don't know, instead of putting the barbell on your back, you kind of like put it on your fingertips, rest it on your shoulders near your collarbone, jack the elbows up, and squat down with it. But we were doing sets of 12, and I was doing it with probably, I think it was 130 kilos, so 286 pounds. And I was doing sets of 12. And I get to like the 7th rep, and my wrists start to sort of give out. So I roll the bar deeper onto my collarbone, and it starts pressing against my throat. But that was the only way that I could keep my hands locked in. And so I was like, you only got like 4 more reps, just do it. And I couldn't really breathe. And so
no,
I
Josh.
hit the last rep.
No.
And I remember not feeling great. And I just kind of threw it back into the rack. And then the world went dark, and I woke up on my back covered in my own vomit. That was super normal. So
Did
we
you just
don't.
throw up in your sleep? Like you
Yeah,
were
I
passed
think so.
out? and you're
Yeah. I
then
probably
it just
should have
came
gone to
out?
a hospital or something.
Yeah, probably.
But the vomit was also, it was a lot of diet wild cherry Pepsi mixed with Nescafe instant coffee.
Oh, well, no.
Yeah. So it wasn't like, I think it was just a volume
What?
thing. Because that was our pre-workout back then. But the point is, athletes, of which we are
Don't
two,
do that. Track people, don't
highly
do that.
tuned athletic machines over here. A lot of things that don't seem normal to general population.
Yeah, they're like,
You know?
what? You're crazy. You go to Pilates 3 times a week at 6 a.m., 5 a.m.? I'm like, yeah, I go before shoot days. Like, that's how I get my day going.
It's like trying to get my
that's
bench back up to
crazy.
300 pounds. Why? It's like, why not? It's like a hobby
Yeah.
for me. It's like somebody quilting, Somebody's like, I really want to make a quilt to give somebody. And you're like, why are you doing that? Like, it's fun for me.
Okay. I
Every
was sad.
time
No, not absolutely nobody who quilts.
You don't know anyone who quilts?
No,
We should get into quilting.
we should. Should we join a club?
I don't know, man. Once I
lot
get
of
my
70-year-old
bench
women
back to
with
300, then I'll hang out with you and the old ladies and quilt.
Okay.
But I need to bench 300 first. The problem is every time I get
can
close to
have
it, I got to like 295 last time. And then I went to go for 300, and then like my shoulder just like gave out, and I was like, And then
Okay.
I had to go back down, and then now I'm back to like 285, and I'm trying to get back up there.
See, that's me. And since I had knee surgeries, I can't run more than 2 miles. Like physically cannot. The
Why do
day
we
I
do
get
this
to
to
2.5 and 3 miles, that'd be amazing. But once I hit 1.5 miles on concrete, I'm over it. I'm like, I'm cool walking the rest of the way.
But like, I guess I didn't realize how much you actually use what your workouts are to inform your diet. But I guess I do too, which is why I'm eating. I have like 5 different protein feedings throughout the day. But like,
Yeah.
this looks very normal for me. So like, for lunch today, right? We're eating some El Pollo Loco grilled chicken.
You had extra chicken after.
I had extra. And then I ate another.
You ate another piece of chicken.
I ate
You said,
another
whose
chicken.
chicken is this?
I found
said,
a whole
"Just
chicken
eat
lying
it.
around the kitchen, and I was like,
Family chicken. Go
I
ahead
didn't
and
get
eat
enough
it.
chicken. But yeah, that's like, grilled spicy chicken is my favorite food in the world, other than
Respect.
burritos. I got a lot of favorite foods in the world, but grilled spicy chicken, it's up there. But like,
Amen.
you just like eat an extra chicken leg, and that's another like 15, 16 grams of protein right there.
Yeah.
That's really easy.
Okay, so we got to circle back to what
Yeah.
we eat after we work out. So don't eat before, but we eat right after.
Yeah.
I don't eat after. I already said that. But normally when I do eat, I try to eat a lot of vegetables and a lot of protein, like just straight broccoli and chicken and eggs and steak. Like today, I had a whole bowl of steak and eggs. Shout out Colby because he
Hell
made
yeah.
me steak.
Oh, I saw that steak. I almost grabbed a piece, but
That
then I
was
was like,
for
no, I don't want to steal it from
me
you all.
and my protein and my muscles, Josh.
There is a fair amount of science about like what you should eat directly after a workout.
Right.
But again, all this depends on what your actual goals are. You know what I mean? So for me, like I don't believe in a low carb diet when I'm training really heavy. I think your body sort of like needs those carbs to refuel. I know a lot of people do keto, carnivore, whatever. But for me, like a post-workout simple carbohydrate, even if that's just like a couple bananas, that's my favorite thing to do. And if you eat fatty foods, I believe it actually like slows the digestion of it.
Oh, really?
In a
Probably
way.
why I'm really sleepy after.
Dude, it could be. It could be.
But I feel like, I don't know, it's tough for me because we all have our own body dysmorphia and body issues.
Yeah, we really do.
But I've been wanting to reset my gut health a lot lately because I noticed how bloated I was getting very quickly with anything I ate. It could have been like carbs, no carbs. It was anything. So me resetting that, I think, just helped my brain be like, okay, force yourself to drink more water, force yourself to eat just vegetables and chicken, and then I feel good and have a lot of energy. I naturally don't eat candy or sweets or like munch on a whole bunch of chips and stuff. So
I was eating a Twix when I walked in this room.
you know what?
It was a little stale. It kind of wasn't, it's cold in here.
It was gross. It had been sitting out for like 3 days, didn't it?
It was a while.
But yeah, I heard like you kind of have to stick to like no fast food, like no sugary junk food, no alcohol. Okay, I wanted to bring this up because there's a gym bro that I follow. I actually went to high school with him, and he always preaches about drinking beer after workouts.
No, that's crazy. Why?
I think it's just a way to replenish your body.
No, okay,
Because
so
it's made up of what? Water and carbs, right?
water
Beer?
and carbs, but then the alcohol, like lemonade
still
lemonade
alcohol.
is water and carbs.
Yeah, but he thinks that you can get away with it if you do want to have a drink after your workout, which is so funny because I mentioned this to Lily earlier today, and she says she loves beer after her workouts, and I'm like, what? There's no way that's a real thing.
Well, no,
right?
there's actually no. So it used to be a real thing. Back in, I remember reading this about like cyclists in the 1800s. So like competitive cycling was a big thing. God, the bicycle probably wasn't invented that much longer ago. But it was like the 1890s. The Belgians had the best cyclists in the world. And I think there's still a big cycling culture in Belgium. They also brew maybe the best beer in the world. And so there was this dominant Belgian cycling team, and the coach of it was like, the reason they're winning, I can't do a Belgian accent, but he's like, the reason they're winning is because they drink strong Belgian beer after their workouts, because beer is like liquid bread.
in the
it
boot.
replenishes you.
Das Boot.
In Das Boot. But like scientifically, no, alcohol completely kills your recovery. They just
Yeah.
happen to be very good at cycling, and they happen to drink a lot of Belgian beer.
Yeah, it dehydrates you.
It dehydrates you.
Like,
it
it
stops
doesn't
like
make
protein
sense.
synthesis.
Yeah.
No, if I lift really heavy, and then I go out and drink that night, 100% I'm waking up sick the next day.
It's so funny because me and my boyfriend Kenny have this theory that if we are gonna go drink that day, we have to work out.
The next
Either
day?
right before or the next morning. We always say if we're gonna drink tonight, we have to go work out first.
That's a mental
like
thing.
our
That's
thing.
a mental thing. I don't think there's any physiological benefit, but I
Are you
agree
sure?
with that.
There has to be a science in that somewhere.
Because I believe strongly in this is pseudoscience, in like the sweat it out method.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
You
That's
drink,
exactly
you wake
what I
up,
was
and you
thinking
just
of.
like put your damn shoes on.
You go running and then you sit in the sauna and you sweat out all that liquor after.
Speaking of sweating it out, I was really curious to see how my workout habits actually like show up in the data. So check this out.
Ooh.
Not to brag, but I got a 95 activity rating out of 100. Say that's optimal. And I burned 1,300 calories actively. And then with my basal metabolic rate, that's like 3,900 calories. So when you talk about like how
Wow.
much food I've been eating recently, I'm apparently burning around 3,900 calories a day. And I took 20,000 steps. And they actually break down your activity. I didn't log any of this. This was literally, the ring could tell what workouts I was doing. And then that totaled to me doing 46 minutes of zone 1 cardio, 21 of zone 2, and 16 minutes of zone 3.
What do zones mean?
So the zones have to do with like, I think your heart rate and your VO2 max, but
Okay.
basically it's just like intensity. And so the fact that, I'm burning 3,900 calories a day, and this is a pretty typical workout day for me, means that I do need a lot more food to refuel. And I like to do that with, whole foods and a lot of protein to actually like get some gains out of that. But not only that, you can also see how it like, my sleep the night before, though,
Oh, yeah, this is important for you.
this is important for me. So this doesn't look as good as the workouts.
You were
this is-
efficient.
this
That's
is
basically
a-
what they said.
It said it was good, but like if you look at REM sleep, where you're doing a lot of your best recovery.
Yeah.
So here's the thing about working out. Like lifting weights doesn't gain muscle. Eating gains muscle. Lifting weights damages your muscle, actually. And then it's rebuilt with food and sleep. And so the fact that I didn't recover super well in sleep means that maybe I have to temper the amount that I can work out. You know what I mean?
Or you got to get more sleep.
Well, yeah, That too, man. I'm trying. That's the big battle here. The activity's never been the problem. It's the recovery for me.
Get some Z's, Josh, please.
But that's what I love about the Aura Ring, right? Like it shows you how all this is connected. The sleep, the recovery, the food, and what you're actually burning from that.
I need to get one.
Honestly, dude, it shows you like a real holistic view of your health. It kind of creates a whole profile.
That's dope. I love it.
So head to auraring.com/hotdog today to make your health and wellness a daily practice. And thanks to Aura for sponsoring this portion of today's episode. So yeah, the Sweat It Out can help mentally, but like physically, I don't know how much science there actually is behind it. Other than the fact that it's probably generally pretty bad for you.
I think it just makes me more dehydrated.
Yeah,
again.
yeah, dude.
Like I'm repeating the same cycle again, trying to sit in the steam room and sweat it out also. But at least my
Yeah,
skin.
how good does it feel,
likes
though?
It feels amazing.
It's like, it feels purifying, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like, oh yes, I'm washing my sins
Getting
away.
the demons out. It's getting
Yes.
the demons out. You gotta sweat
Those
the demons
demons.
out. The
You
demons
gotta
are in
sweat the
there.
demons
The demons
out.
are in there and they're real, and you gotta sweat them out.
Yes, that's accurate, Josh.
Have you, like, either in your adult life or when you're an athlete, ever done like a weird fad diet because somebody told you to? Like everybody who's ever had a strength coach has had a weird strength coach, and they have weird ideas. Or did you ever have a normal strength coach in college?
Yeah, I actually did. She was the best strength coach I ever had. Her name was
man.
Jessica Belzano, and she was the best person ever. And she was hella fit. She wasn't worried about our diets too much because there was nobody who was really bad at eating, but she did make us fill out a chart. I don't know if you guys did this. We fill out a chart every week to let her know what we were eating.
Oh, interesting.
And she would calculate how many carbs it was, and she'd be like, okay, less here, less here, less here. And most of my charts were like quesadillas from the cafeteria. Salad, Caesar salad with too much dressing on it. There was a whole bunch of muffins in there. I'm like, wow, to think back at it, I was eating so terrible in college.
Dude, it's so funny because I had my first strength coach that I ever had. He was a British dude that was really into cycling, and I was like, this is when I was mostly throwing shot put and discus, which you got to be real big. Mass moves
Yes.
mass, baby.
You got to have big shoulders, big neck. My brother did it for a season, and he was huge.
Did he really?
Yeah, he
Wait,
did.
I want to look up his stats.
I should. I got to ask him the next time if they're on Max Preps, but I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure
dude,
they are.
they keep a lot of records.
He
But,
was
like,
good.
But these cyclists, they wanted us big shot putters to eat like cyclists, and eating is all about what your own personal goals are. So literally, they would like tell us not to eat bananas because they were too unhealthy. And I was like,
Carbs,
"You're,
right? Like, too
200
many carbs?
Too many carbs, yeah. It would raise your glycemic index, whatever." And I'm like, if you are a fitness trainer and you're telling people that bananas are unhealthy, I think you've lost the plot a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Speaking of bananas, have you ever seen the gym bros that stop midway through their sets to eat a banana? And then they keep going with their workouts.
There's pre-workout
What
recovery.
is that even worth doing?
There's pre-workout, there's post-workout, and this is intra-workout nutrition.
I saw somebody 3 days ago have a whole pack of bananas, okay? There's at least 4 or 5 bananas on the same thing. And every single time he moved different sections, he would go run, he would go squat, he would go do the shoulder press, and he would have a banana in between all these. I could not believe what I was watching. And I was watching it the whole time, just... This guy is so fascinating.
I feel like it's another thing. I feel like you've lost the plot if you're bringing your own bananas into a gym. You know what I mean?
Yes, exactly. I'm like, you could have waited or just eat them before.
I used to, in high school, when I was going from junior to senior year, that was when I was playing basketball and I was probably like 220 pounds. And I just lost a lot of weight from my freshman year. And so I was like lean and mean, but then I knew that I wanted to get a track scholarship. So I was like, I'm going to have to get a hell of a lot stronger. So I gained like 40 pounds from junior to senior year. And
Whoa.
I got my bench from like 225 to 335.
You could have played football.
I know I could have. I couldn't stand the culture of the football team at my
I
high
respect
school.
it. I
And a
respect
lot of other football
They're a
teams
little
I know had
crazy.
like really great cultures, just not mine. But anyways, I kind of wanted to get a scholarship despite my football coaches after I quit the team. Because they told me that I would. It was bizarre. I like walked in as a 14-year-old to quit the football team because I couldn't stand how weird and combative the culture was. You know, and I walked in and there was just a room of grown men telling me that like I was going to get diabetes and die early because I wasn't going to play football.
The coaches were saying other players.
Coaches were saying that to me as I was telling them I wanted to quit. It was
Bad
nuts.
coaches.
Bad coaches. But I was really fueled to like, get big and strong and excel in a different sport. And somehow that led to me bringing in, it was called the Big Carl. It was Carl's Jr.'s answer to the Big Mac.
I was going to say this has to do with Carl's Jr. I know it.
They were 2 for $3. I didn't have any money. I was using my summer camp assistant
Allowance
teaching
money.
allowance money basically. And like I would buy 2 of those. They were 50 grams of protein each and like 700 calories each. and they were 2 for $3. So I would spend $3 and I would get 100 grams of protein, and I would eat one of them in the gym locker room. And I remember once I brought it into the sauna and just ate a Carl's Jr. double cheeseburger in between a workout.
I don't know if that's good. Sounds good or depressing. I used to order Superstars all the time with extra mayo and ketchup on it.
Yeah, well, it's so funny because there are a lot of athletes who eat really like quote unquote clean. I don't know if I like the clean, dirty terminology per se, but there's a lot of athletes who are like, they eat paleo, and that means they only ate things that supposedly Paleolithic man would have eaten. So no processed grains, no processed dairy, all that kind of stuff. And then there's some athletes who are like, I'm doing so much activity that my body is just a furnace and I can just put whatever I want inside of it.
I wish. I can't do that anymore. I could do it when I was 18, 19, and it didn't go anywhere but my thighs. But now it goes to my panza, and I'm like, ooh, I got to cut back on carbs. I got to do this. But I feel like living in LA kind of messes up your diet also. Because you see a lot of other people and they're on their like weird, like, oh, I'm only eating green leaves this week. I'm like, and you're like, what the
LA's
what?
not real. I love LA,
it's
but
not a real place.
If only it existed in real life, you know.
And
what I
it
mean?
makes you feel like you have to be a part of that gym culture and have a certain diet and be a certain way. And that's the only part I hate about gym culture in general.
Yeah, but it's even funny when you say gym culture because like I did CrossFit for a while.
Yeah, I do remember that. I did too. I was doing it with my dad.
Oh yeah, you did a
that?
workout. I forgot you did a workout with me. Yeah, because Byron was out there CrossFit in his retirement, just running the
he
Masters
still
division.
does.
But like that's such a weird mixture of both types of people who have like very weird fringe beliefs about diet. But then also people who are like, I'm burning so many calories that
that I have to keep eating.
I remember watching a dude just eat a piece of flan in the middle of a workout. He just packed his own
That
flan.
sound good.
Or like Rice Krispie treats. Because if you were just trying to replenish your body, like when I did a CrossFit competition, I literally just brought a bag of candy. And in between each event, I would just eat a bunch of candy, just trying to get as many calories, calories are really a store of energy, right?
Interesting. I would just drink Gatorade in between my games in high school.
Yeah.
And that was my extra energy that I had during halftime. I would keep one very sugary flavor like fruit punch, the red one or the orange one, and then I would drink half of it, and all of a sudden my energy was back. Dang, that's so crazy to think about now.
Did you ever play like in high school basketball? You'd do like, the summer leagues. And
Yes.
you have like double headers and stuff in the summer.
We
Did you
had
ever play
fall
that?
league. Then there was our actual league, and then we had a really good team. So we went to playoffs, had state, and then we had spring league.
Yeah,
so
it's
it
basically
was
year-round at that point.
nonstop. But if you were in travel ball, you didn't do spring league.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
was me. Like I would be traveling.
But do you ever have like multiple games in one day?
Yeah, sometimes. Usually the fall league games is where we used to have at Linwood High School.
Nice.
Those were fun times.
We're playing at like Colony out in like Chino.
Yeah,
You remember Colony?
I do.
Yeah.
We used to play at Ayala too.
Yeah.
People are gonna be like, "What are
just
these high
local
schools?"
Southern California high school basketball stuff,
Normal stuff.
But I have such fond memories of like you'd play a game from like 10 a.m. to noon or whatever.
Yeah,
and then you'd have
the
another
double
game
headers.
at 4 or something. And then I remember once just like going to Denny's and when I was like 16 and just like eating like an omelet and a stack of pancakes and then just like sitting on the bench just like burping up onions and green bell pepper.
Ew.
We once went to a round table all you can eat pizza buffet.
Shakey's. We used to go to Shakey's and get what were they? The potato wedges?
Mojo potatoes.
Mojo potatoes. Yes, we would do that in between our games. Or when my mom started like going more to our games because she used to work a lot before, she was like, "You've been feeding her all this random stuff in between the games, Byron. You can't do that." My mom talking to my dad. So then they had to switch it up, and we just started sneaking it in and out. Like that's much healthier, but it was still good.
I know. The single greatest post-workout food of all time, and this harkens back to childhood, Filipino lumpia.
Really?
Filipino lumpia. I will stand by it because here's the thing. Your body needs carbs, fat, and protein. The wrapper of a lumpia, that's your carbs. It's deep fried, so you get your fat, filled with little minced pork and vegetables, so you're getting
This
your
is
fiber and your
true.
protein. It's perfect. And also, growing up playing basketball in Southern California, you get someone's Filipino tita, coming to the games, and she's making a giant box of lumpia for you while you got the other,
And you
people.
can just eat them with your hands.
Other
It's
people
quick.
bring in
It's
orange
quick.
slices or cupcakes or something. No. not John Santana's mom. She's bringing lumpia, and I'm eating that.
John
I'm eating that like on the bench.
Yeah.
I have so many fond memories of like mid basketball game lumpia.
See, once my mom started coming to more games, it was watermelon. But before that, it was Capri Suns and chips.
The Capri Suns, man.
Yes. The Pacific Cooler? Yeah, Pacific Cooler.
Yeah.
That's the best flavor. And we would have those in between games. And then we started eating watermelon.
The craziest thing about drinking a Capri Sun after like a workout when you were a kid is one, when you were a kid, you didn't call it a workout. You were just like playing.
Yeah,
like,
I was going to play basketball.
You'd be so thirsty, and then it's the tiniest straw. And I remember, you ever see
and
like,
you're like,
you ever see like a hamster
trying to
like
inhale
trying
the
to like
whole pack.
You know how hamsters drink water? They got the little thing that like hangs down.
Yeah.
Like, that's the Capri Sun. You're like out of breath trying to suck it through the straw.
And you wanted to get every last drop
yeah,
in
squeezing that.
You're squeezing the crap out of it. You're like,
toothpaste tube.
yeah, I was going to say, you're like pushing it against the counter like this, trying to get it out. Oh, what a daze.
Dude, talking about the potatoes after a workout, there was a famous study that was done. It was pretty recently, actually, where they were testing, like, you know, they have those carbohydrate packs. They just call them like goo. It's like,
I
you guys
don't
know
think
what I'm talking
so.
about?
Like the
It's spelled
dehydrated potatoes?
No, it's not potatoes. It's like
Because
it's,
those have protein in it now,
it's
if
like
anybody's
a
wondering.
sweet gel kind of thing. They give like marathon runners.
Gatorade gels.
There's Gatorade, yeah. So Gatorade gel, I think, copied something that was called Goo, Liquid Energy.
Oh, I've never seen these.
Energy gels, they call them. Yeah, Gatorade has one. But it's literally just like carbohydrates. It's like sugar, and then there's probably some electrolytes and whatever in there.
I hate the way they spell
But
goo.
they have been like proven to increase your cardiovascular, your VO2 max, like all of that. It increases performance. But some scientists were like, is that because of the energy gel, or is it just, do you just need food? And so they had a bunch of cyclists do this study where they gave half of them goo, and then they gave half of them just potatoes in a pouch. It's like a Go-Gurt of mashed potatoes.
Oh, I was going to say,
because potatoes
yeah.
are just like it's just carbohydrates. And then they had them switch, and they both performed the same versus the control of having nothing. So they're like, yeah, it's not the stuff inside the goo. It's just you need food, you need energy, and potatoes do just fine. But in the notes of the study, they said several riders reported gastrointestinal distress with the potatoes.
So they had the farts while they
They just
were
literally,
performing?
they were like, we had the farts, and we'd rather not have the farts. So I would just rather have the goo energy gel.
But see, if they were smart, they would use those farts as a weapon while they were playing, like a defense mechanism.
I thought you meant to propel them forward like a jet engine.
That is also possible, but I was more of talking about if you're boxing somebody out and you fart on them, and then it gets them to back up, and then you grab the ball.
Did you ever successfully do that?
Yeah. I have multiple times, yes.
All right. At the end of the day, V, what is your best post-workout food, and what is the worst?
Whew. Okay, let's see. My best one would probably be a green juice to start off with, mixed with, I guess it depends on what time of day. We'll just say how I normally do it, breakfast. I will do that, have a very heavy meal. I'll always make my first meal the heaviest, and I'll have steak, eggs, some avocado, and then a piece of toast. That's my best post-workout meal. My worst one, oh man. Let's see. Probably anything fried.
Just
Chips,
slows you down.
no McDonald's, no soda, nothing super fatty, because then I will probably feel nauseous afterward.
My best post-workout food at the height of my strength and athleticism, I would have been about 20 years old, and this is what I did on my heaviest lifting day every month. After a lift, I would go to a local candy store that sold candy by weight, and I would buy 2 full pounds of candy and a 2 liter of Mountain Dew. This is dead serious.
I knew you were going to say something so ridiculous.
I would drink, correct. I would drink 2 scoops of protein powder to get, my 50 grams of protein, and then I would probably eat 200 grams of sugar.
With milk?
What?
With milk?
No, with the Mountain Dew. I would just eat candy and drink Mountain Dew on my couch, probably watching, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia with my roommates. And I swear to God, that was literally the strongest and most athletic that I had ever been. Worst post-workout food? Salad.
Really?
You know what I mean? It's not energy dense enough.
It's not heavy enough.
It's not heavy enough.
To repair you. Salad is boring.
Salad is boring. Eat candy. All right, V, we've heard what you and I have to say. Now it's time to find out what other wacky opinions are rattling out there in the universe. It's time for a little segment we call
Opinions Are Like Casseroles.
I forgot. I used to do, okay, so the weirdest diet that I did for post-workout food was after every workout, I was trying to eat 500 grams of protein a day. So it's because we found an old Russian training manual, might have been on the dark web, it was Soviet, I don't remember, but they thought that you should eat, I think it was 5 grams of protein per kilo of body weight. So me and some of my teammates started doing it, which means that at like 260 pounds, I was eating about 500 grams of protein. And I did, it lasted for about 3 weeks and I felt so sick. But the breaking point was when I creeped out my roommates because they walked in on me and I was just eating a 2-pound brick of salmon, just sitting on the couch.
Josh, are you okay?
Now I am, yeah. But I do not recommend 500 grams of protein a day. That was tough, and the candy and Mountain Dew worked just fine.
I would be constipated.
If you think I have extreme eating habits now, you should have seen me back then, dude.
I don't think I would have wanted to.
It was great. All right, let's see what other people are talking about.
Okay.
Hello, Josh, Nicole, and Maggie.
Woo!
Her name's
Quite a
V.
spicy voicemail you got there.
Thanks.
I got a bit of a spicy question for you. And by spicy, I mean literal.
Ooh.
Is gumbo just wet jambalaya? I've had this debate with a couple of people now when I describe gumbo as wet jambalaya or jambalaya as dry gumbo. And apparently there's a nuance that I happen to be missing between the two recipes. I mean, in my opinion, I eat a gumbo. It's just a soupy jambalaya. It's got the rice, it's got the andouille sausage, and then whatever else you happen to throw in there, Cajun spices, what have you. And then jambalaya is just the gumbo, minus the wet. I don't know. Am I wrong? Love to hear your guys' opinion. Thanks.
Okay, so jambalaya and gumbo I definitely think are the same thing. Well, they have the same exact things in them, but gumbo is the stew, and then jambalaya is just the rice.
Yeah. But, like, you can sort of talk about any food in these terms. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like, what's like an Italian? I'm trying to think of like an Italian sort of version of this, you know? It's just like ravioli is just like filled spaghetti or whatever. Like, everything is just the X of Y, if you think about it.
Right.
Right? But if you, like, trace the roots of, like, gumbo and jambalaya literally both go back to West African cooking. So, like, jambalaya it's jollof. It's literally jollof.
Is it jollof or jollof?
I've been saying jollof. I don't know.
It might be jollof. I
Might
could
be
be wrong
jollof.
too. Anyway,
But like either way, like jollof rice, right?
Yeah.
Like it's jambalaya takes its roots from that. It's like a red kind of like cooked rice dish with a bunch of aromatics.
yeah. Because the rice and gumbo, if you put it in there, it just thickens it up the same way. It turns it into jambalaya.
But like jambalaya is like cooked together. Because like gumbo you would traditionally serve. Like gumbo is the soup, the
actual
stew,
soup. Right.
the thing. And so much of West African cooking is like stew based, right? Like Nigerian food, you eat like the egusi with the stew or the fufu or sorry, you eat the fufu with the egusi. It's like a stew and starch, and then there's like rice dishes that are sort of separate. So like gumbo is the stew, and gumbo is a West African word for okra. So
Which is also in there.
so when people say okra gumbo, it's like kind of redundant. It's like saying chai tea or ATM machine. You know what I mean? And so they're very similar because they come from the same traditional roots, and then they were sort of they were changed through the same cultural lens, you know? Yeah. It's kind of like when people talk about Taco Bell using the same ingredients, you know,
For
10
everything?
different ways and whatever. It's like,
That's every culture.
that's
though.
every culture.
Yeah.
The Italians got 99 different names for shapes of pasta, you know, and that's all just wheat and water.
Taquitos, tacos, same thing, just different shapes.
Yeah, I love how they like, and similarly with Italian pasta shapes, like there's so many regional names for different pasta shapes.
Right.
Like what might be called like strozzapreti in one region is called casarecce in another region similar with Mexican food. Like if you say taquito to us, what shape do you picture?
A rolled one.
A rolled
Like
one,
a
right?
long roll. And then if somebody says crispy taco, then I just think of a folded,
Yeah.
it just being flat.
But then like a lot of places in Mexico, if you say taquito just means little taco.
Right.
So then it's just like a smaller folded taco.
Something I realized this past weekend is we had a taco lady at my family party, and I asked for a tostada, and my brain, I'm thinking just something flat that I stack on top of, but
Yeah.
the way they were making it was just a tortilla with cheese on top, and it was flat like that and meat on it.
Oh, really?
But I was like, taco in my brain also. So, but they were like, no, tostada. And I was like,
Oh, funny.
so it might be where the region of where they
Yeah,
were
yeah,
from, that's how they present tostadas, and I was like, oh, this is actually really cool.
Was it good? Did
It
they
was
get it like
so
they got it like
good.
crispy though?
They got it perfectly crispy.
Oh, that's
and
funny.
the cheese was melted perfectly. It was the best bite, but it was really tiny. It was a mini taco about this big.
Yeah. Because I think in some regions what she did, they might call it a vampiro.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
you've had a
Yes.
vampiro
Yes.
from-
I was trying to
what's
think
from-
of the word, but yeah, that's correct.
But yeah, no, that's like I don't know. All these. That's kind of what the entire podcast was founded on. Is these like fun little differences and debates within food cultures, and they're fun. So yeah, you're not wrong, but also you're completely wrong.
Yeah. Sorry.
Hi, Josh. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Maggie. This is Joy Deb calling from Rockville, Maryland, right outside of D.C. My weird opinion, I didn't know was weird until college, because as I grew up, my mom would make us BLTs with bacon, lettuce, and tomato, toast, and on one piece of toast, mayonnaise, but on the other piece of toast, peanut butter.
I knew he was going to say peanut
And
butter.
people
Ew.
started letting me know in college how weird they thought that was.
Yes.
But I sincerely think that is the best way to enjoy a BLT. Thanks. Bye.
Okay, we have to dissect this because if you're adding peanut butter to one side of it, doesn't that change the whole sandwich? The whole point of the BLT? Like it takes away from the main components.
Plubbed.
Plubbed.
Plubbed. Plubbed.
Plubbed.
All the weirdest opinions are always with peanut butter. You
It
freaks are
has
out there
to
doing some
be-
crazy stuff. with peanut butter,
why do
man.
people love peanut butter so much?
I get it. Peanut butter is one of the things that makes me like patriotic. It's like women's gymnastics once every 4 years, and peanut butter.
Are you comparing peanut butter to gymnastics?
100%. In the sense that both of them make me like really proud to be an American. You know, seeing Simone Biles out there, you know, Michaela Maroney, all of them, going back to the Shawn Johnson, Nastia Lukin days. That and peanut butter. Because peanut butter is like the great American food product.
So is mayo.
You know? No, it's not. Though literally, like mayonnaise.
not?
Mayonnaise is like Spanish, right? Like mahon, where like mahonnaise, the
That's a
word
good
comes
point.
from.
I
It's
don't know
in
what I'm talking
Spain, and
about.
then the French. You know, it's like now a French word. But peanut butter. Europeans love mayonnaise, right? Europeans hate peanut butter.
Oh, see, you know what? When I was in Europe, I didn't see peanut butter anywhere. I just saw peanuts.
Yeah, they don't like
That's
do
a
it.
great point.
Peanut butter root beer is the other one that you see a European try root beer and they're just like, why does this taste like medicine? And because we like it. It's called Barks. It has bite.
Root beer is gross.
So I kind of like objectively, if you didn't grow up with it, it's a weird flavor.
Unless it was mixed with ice cream, I never touched root beer. It was always
And then
Mexican
that's weird.
soda.
We're putting our like medicine flavored soda on ice cream. That's a weird thing for somebody who didn't grow up with it.
Yeah, that's
And it's
true.
literally made with like an indigenous root to America, the sarsaparilla root. They just don't even have that
Yes.
flavor elsewhere.
We made some homemade root beer
We
recently,
did, yeah,
and
the
it was way
sarsaparilla.
better.
It was crazy. Kind of made your mouth go numb a little bit.
Yeah.
But peanut butter, like
Yeah.
people, when peanut butter first hit the markets in like the early 1900s, and like George Washington Carver had like a lot to do with that. He didn't like invent peanut butter, but did a lot with peanut cultivation. But when peanut butter first hit the markets, nobody knew what to do with it because didn't really exist before, the mass marketed version at least. And so there was like, you see restaurant menus from like Ritz Carlton in like 1895, and it's just like iceberg lettuce with peanut butter. Like that's what they would serve.
Oh, interesting. Didn't they used to put it on chicken too?
Yeah, dude. Like peanut butter was just used as a condiment on a bunch of stuff. And obviously it's used in West African food and East Asian food and
Right.
Southeast Asian food. But like the American use of peanut butter, it's gone in so many different circles. And so like putting peanut butter on a BLT, it's not that weird in the long arc of history.
It's crazy you say all that because I know it was from here, but I feel like people have used a lot less peanut butter lately. Unless it's
in
like
our
an
office
order.
or like in America.
That too, in our office in America, but everything is more artificial peanut butter flavoring more
Yeah,
than the
yeah, yeah.
actual peanut butter itself.
In like the rise of like the almond butter rise was like
Exactly,
such a
the
big thing.
hazelnut.
Like, yeah.
What is that stuff called? Nutella.
Nutella, yeah. No, man, I'm dead serious when I say that like peanut butter makes me feel very patriotic. And I say put it on a BLT, put it on more.
Bacon makes me feel patriotic.
Peanut butter, mayonnaise, and banana sandwich. Delicious.
Ew.
You never had that?
No, I would never, Josh.
A pabamb? Peanut butter, mayonnaise, banana?
Hey,
Pivot.
Josh, Nicole, and esteemed guest. This
That's
is
me.
Patrick Hale from SoCal, and I live in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Anyway, I need your culinary professional assessment on something.
We got it.
So I have a Puerto Rican and Dominican coworkers, and they've talked about dipping crackers and or Baby Bell cheese in coffee. And my Dominican coworker even mentioned dipping a ham sandwich in coffee.
What?
I was personally disgusted, but I acknowledge, different cultures, tastes, etc. When I suggested dipping Oreos in coffee, one of them said that was disgusting. And one thing to consider is that according to my Puerto Rican coworker, they tend to submerge crackers and cheese in sweetened coffee, and I guess that's somewhat common in the Caribbean region. Whereas I associate dipping sweet things, cookies, donuts, cake, etc., with unsweetened coffee. Would love to hear your thoughts on this. Thanks.
It's so crazy. Okay, so one of my tias, she used to have, I guess she'd be like, oh, I have coffee con queso.
Yeah.
And she would mix hot chocolate with her coffee, put a little bit of creamer in it and some cinnamon. And then she would, or espresso, and then the cinnamon and the milk. And she would dip also the cheese, or she would use a Monterey Jack cheese square and she would dip it in, or let it float to the top, let it melt on the top, and then eat it like a soup.
Dude, that's so funny.
And I was like, so that was so familiar. Like, I haven't heard anybody do that in so long.
She's Mexican?
Yes. She's on the Mexican side. Mm-hmm.
That's so funny. I didn't know that about like Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic. But what's funny is what he was talking about when he's saying like he would dip something sweet into unsweetened coffee.
Right.
Whereas these like Puerto Ricans and Dominican coworkers, they're dipping something savory into sweetened coffee. You're both ending up at the same place.
Yeah.
You're both finding the mixture of like starchy, sweet, and savory because coffee is not sweet inherently. It's actually quite savory.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I like putting a little bit of salt in my coffee, if I'm being honest. It's kind of nice. It tempers the bitterness for me. But you're both arriving at the same place, brother.
Basically.
And like even seeing so many similarities across cultures, there's something, we made it for the show years ago, but it was really good. It's called Kaffeost. I think it's a Scandinavian thing where they put this like, it's this very kind of hard, squeaky cheese that like doesn't melt, but it gets softer as it warms. So it's really hard when you cut it, almost like a paneer or something.
And what kind of coffee is it? Just an over
It's just
black?
like a kind of like a black coffee. But it's, and I think you put sugar, and I think we put cream and sugar in it. But you like eat these like soft, salty cheese squares out of your sweet coffee.
Dang, that actually sounds pretty good. I know he mentioned the Oreo and then into the coffee. I could see how everybody's like, because that doesn't make sense. If they're dipping it in sweet coffee, like they said, then it's too much sweet on sweet.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you need that contrast.
You have to have the contrast.
The ham and cheese sandwich in the coffee, that like sounds really good.
It actually sounds very good. And I don't even like coffee that much.
Man.
Should we try it?
I'm kind of in, especially like some nice like crusty Cuban bread, like kind of like griddled down.
It has to be
coffee,
really,
man.
really good bread. That's the only way it works.
Yeah, it gotta be that crispy bread. It can't be like a white sandwich bread.
And a creamy cheese.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, we're sold.
We're sold.
Man.
We're sold.
We're sold.
Give us our coffee con queso.
I'm with Daddy Yankee. Come on the show. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna be. He's Puerto Rican.
I don't know.
Daddy Yankee's Puerto Rican, right?
I think so.
Either way, Daddy Yankee.
What's the other guy's name? Bad Bunty?
Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
El Conejo Malo.
Yes, I love him.
Bad Bunny, come on the show.
I love him.
Well, on that note, thank you so much for listening to A Hot Dog is a Sandwich. We got new episodes every week. Audio versions on Wednesdays. Video comes out on Sundays right here on YouTube.
If you want to be featured on Opinions or Like Casseroles, give us a ring and leave us a quick message at 833-DOGPOD1.
And if you like seeing our faces, hearing our voices, watching us flap our little arms around, you can come over to the Mythical Kitchen YouTube channel. We do a lot of that.
Yeah, we do.
Lean back here. I just ate a big old lunch.
Lean back.
It feels good. It's good for digestion.
How far can I go before I die?
You guys still here? See y'all.
Give a gift, get a gift at Mythical. Buy merch and get 10% off all Mythical Society, or join Mythical Society and get 10% off merch for a limited time. Shop now.